Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Jim Rohn. My friends, 10 to 15 minutes, that is all we ask. And how are these markets looking today? Everything up as we start this new week, cruising into the end of May, beginning of June. This is the difficult season for tracking the stock market. Sell in May, go away, live to trade another day. Why do they say that? Why is that an old market adage? Well, it's a market adage because what we see happen in the summer months is a lot of the big money goes on vacation. The volume goes down in the exchanges, and things are subject to much more when it comes to whims. So if you will keep practice trading through this tough season and can make a go of it, then when we get into the fall winter trading zone where the big money comes back in and the moves up or down are smoother and clearer. Now, during COVID, we didn't see this summertime doldrum. And, it was the first time I'd ever experienced that happening. We saw the markets continue to move big, but we'll watch, we'll wait, we'll see. And when I say big, I don't mean necessarily up. I don't mean necessarily down. It can be one way or the other, but we'll continue to push through as we do every day, every week, every month, every year. Stay with us. Let's see what is going on. We're going to start first with the S&P 500. We see that we're starting the week up with a green up candle. Now we will move our trend line. That is a decent trend line connecting three candles. We can see that we have an up candle forming. Now, I will tell you, this is a Heikin-Ashi candlestick. For the day, we're only up 0.04%. But as we look at where things are, we can see that the 2-day is above, the half-day is above. We see surge up in the morning and then backtracking in the afternoon. That's why we're only up overall 0.04%. But as we look at things, we can again see that the market has, particularly, let's look at the 2-day. We can see where we reached the low back when we had the latest down move, and that was on the week beginning the 13th of March. And things started, if we look on this 2-day chart, if we go down to the center chart, you can see where things moved up for 4 days sideways, then moved up for several days, then down for 6 days, up a little, just sort of a sideways slide here. And then we saw over these last few days where things tried to tick up. There'll be pullbacks, and then looks like things are trying to move up again. This is the Friday-Tuesday candle. Remember, markets were closed in the States on Monday. So as we see things finish up on this 2-day candle and a new one drawing, we will watch, wait, and see how that continues to move. But overall, we see a continued up move in the S&P, but very, very slow for the day. Now, the S&P not moving up near as much as the NASDAQ 100, the tech stocks. Let's go ahead like we like to do on Monday and reset our trend line. Can we attach? It's not too accurate because we're not really getting down to the center of that. So we're just going to connect these two candles. That is last week and this week. But what do we see? Well, we can see that again, well above the 2-day, well above the half-day, and there is more exuberance in the NASDAQ 100. Now, as we look at what's going on, we can see as the volume starts, this is going to be a shorter week, only 4 days because of the Memorial Day holiday in the States. But boy, we can see lots of volume on this latest. Could this be a topper for us? Well, not necessarily. When you see that high volume, it does make you pay attention. Are things really getting set up to move higher? Now, we do have a big candle here, a bigger candle than some of these others, but we saw where above average volume with a spinning top, then things popping up. If it doesn't sustain that, that might be telling us something. But right now, we just see up movement. So that is where we are on stocks. Let's go on to bonds. Bonds have an up day today. You can see for 1.5 days. We saw things back on Friday moving up some in the afternoon, and then Monday and about the same, Tuesday, about the same Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon, still well below the weekly trend line. Now let's go ahead though, before we actually call that, let's make sure we redraw that as accurately as we can. That's, wait a second, let's connect it there. That's a pretty decent trend line. So we'll go with that now. Well, we can see we're not as far below as we thought. We're touching it here just about on the half day. 2-day is still well below the trend line, so we will keep an eye on things. Something doesn't seem right there. What? Tell you what, I'm going to reset. I'm going to get right. I had this trouble before. I'm going to remove and I'm going to redraw the trend line just to make sure it's working right. This happened last week. We'll go ahead and we'll draw a new trend line and get it in here. I'm going to go ahead and blow that up. Yeah, something didn't feel right about the way that was drawing on the 2-day, and we'll redraw it here. Let's make sure we've got it. Yeah, that's decent. Now, let's see. Well, it is still pretty flat there. Okay. All right. Well, we can see that even though we're moving up on the half day, we're still well below on the 2-day there. Not quite understanding. I guess it's just dropped more on the 2-day as opposed to the half day, but it looks like it ought to mimic more of the angle that we see, although I do see this angle steeper. So again, I'm always trying to understand the interrelationships in the charts, which are very, very important. So we do see an up day, really 1.5 days of trying to move up. We'll see if that is going to end up being a change in trend, if we're bottoming out here and all of a sudden things turn around to go back up and maybe hit, push through, or bounce off. What we've seen is this ceiling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we will just watch, wait, and see for now, not changing anything. We're going to go to gold. Now we're going to, again, reset our gold based upon the way this week has opened, and we'll set it there. Then we'll go back and we'll look. Now, I'm not sure where this is. We're going to get rid of that. Doesn't need to be there. And we look at where we are on the half day, the 2-day, and the weekly. We're up for the day 0.62%, so a little over 0.5%. We can again see below the half day, below the 2-day, and again starting off with a red down candle, not hitting that low yet. We can see where things popped up in the morning. So gold pulling back a little bit. Again, we've seen that happen before. What am I doing here? Where is my, there we go. We see where gold popped up here and then of course slid sideways and down again. We can see where gold did some of that same stuff there, here. So we'll keep our eye on gold and see if it's hit its bottom or if it's just resting a little bit, getting ready to move back down again. Now we go to, and this is not what I wanted to see. Don't want to see Bitcoin just go down for no reason, but I'd like it to set itself a little better with more of a rollback here. We see Bitcoin springing up 4.33%, putting in a green up candle as we start this new week. We can see up in the morning, about the same in the afternoon. We can see a green spinning top after the down move. After it recovering from the down move on Friday, up a little bit in the morning, about the same in the afternoon, and then punching up on Tuesday. If I'm throwing Monday in there at all, I apologize, because of course markets closed on Monday, open on Tuesday. So as we look, we see that of course the volume is a little above average on the 2-day candle and really gaining some strength in the morning there. You can see above average volume pulling up, blowing that off a little in the afternoon. So is Bitcoin going to jump back up again here? Is this just a one-offer? We will wait, we will watch, we will see. We want Bitcoin to become trackable. And is that going to happen in the short term? No idea, but we'll continue to watch it every day and see what we can learn from it. That's where we are, folks, as we jump into this new week, ending up May going into June. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.